Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. I am Raju Pujala. In this video, let's take a look at ROC curve. Why we have to do all these curves, cross evaluation, and all. So before delivering the ML model to someone, you yourself have to be very much confident that whatever you have delivering, it should be like working in the longer term. So they shouldn't be like it should not be like people will come back to you and say like, hey, this is not predicting well for me, this is not working for me. So you have to do everything before delivering the model to someone. So you have to understand what and all you can do from your end. So one of the things is called ROC curve. ROC stands for receiver operating characteristics. So let's see what is this ROC curve. So simply I am going to take you to Google. So I'm checking for ROC curve here. And let's go to the images. Let's try to find the best image. Okay, let's see this one. Okay. Okay. Look at this curve. Okay, if there is any way. Okay, look at this one. So, so this curve, it is on the x-axis, it is a false positive rate, and on the y-axis, it is a true positive rate. So if the model, if once we plot this curve, if the curve comes like this green one, so this is like a perfect model, okay? And if the curve comes like this is like okay-ish model, and this is like a random model, okay? So if the curve is like this, then it's a worst model, okay? The more it is, the better the quality, right? So what is this false posterior and true posterior? If you remember my videos, the previous video, we have talked about the classification report. So so if you remember this chart, so I wanted you guys to remember this chart like anything, practice this entire slide on your notebook again and again and again. So so here actual no actual is prediction no prediction is actuals and predictions. TN TP FN F. So you write TM. If you're from India, you can remember this is Tamil Nadu TN, and TN here it is TP. So FN FP, something like that. And do remember this one. So we are going to plot the curve for actual S, predicted S versus actual no but predicted S. Okay. So this is called false positive rate and true positive rate. Okay, enough with this one. And also, what we are going to do, I mean, if your model is like this, we are going to, this is a curve, we are going to area under the curve, okay, and like this. So, the more, the area under the curve, which is called AUC, as well in this one, and we will try to understand how well your model is doing. If the area under the curve is, like for example, this area under the curve, this one, if it is like 100%, your model is perfect model. You can see this is on the y-axis and x-axis, exactly in parallel to the x-axis. So here, the area under the curve is 100%. But for this one, the area under the curve, I mean, remaining this part, it would be less. So the more the number, the more your model performs better. Okay, let's enough with the theory. Let's start everything from beginning. Let's do this one. Let's import the data, copy path, import pandas as PD. I will close this one for guys. Okay, let's zoom this one. Okay, so df is equal to, I'm copying this one here, pd dot read csv. This is a csv file. You can see the extension here. Okay, low memory is equal to false. It's a case sensitive one. So df dot head. Okay, so this is our data, right? So all of these are the x ones, and this is the y target. So let's divide the data into x and y. Df dot drop columns is equal to axis is equal to 1, y is equal to df of this one. So let's take a look at x data. Let's take a look at y data. Let's split the data. If you have not watched my previous videos, please do watch all the videos in this playlist. So you will able to understand what I'm explaining here. Import numpy as mp. So ladies and gentlemen, so I'm writing the code again and again. if you see. So I'm expecting you as well to follow the same, so which really helps you to quickly get into the track. And believe me guys, we are going to make more videos, and for that I need your support. Random state 42. um, I can explain all this again and again, but it will increase the length of the video. So after this, always do remember that check the shape of this one, because I had it I never used to do, and I have come across many multiple issues later after while training the model. So this is sample data set. If you see the data length of data, so these like 303 records, but usually on the production data we usually handle like 1 million records, something like that at Google. I'm working for Google, and at Google this is what happens. And okay, let's train the model. Okay, I'm going to take random forest random forest classifier. Let's call this as RF is equal to random forest classifier. um, N estimators is equal to, let be 100. Let's fit the data x train, y train. If in case if you'd like to understand how much time this may take, do this magical operator time. So this has completed in 350 milliseconds, not even 1 second. This is really fast. And now what I can do, let's check the score of x train data. Okay, this is performing well. Why I'm checking? So if in case if the test score is like worst, we will go with some other models. So this is like 83.6 percentage, which is like really good. And now let's predict this one. Y predicts is equal to rf dot predict x test. So this is the y predicts value. If you wanna see the actual values, np dot array y test. So you can see 0 0 0 0 1. Here it is predicted 1, it is 0. So something is not matching. So these are the vibrates. Let's do by predict proba. And so ROC curve, what we are going to do. Okay, let's do the predict proba. Y pred y pred proba is equal to rf dot predict proba of x test. So this one I mean, if you have watched my previous video, basically based on, I mean, whatever it is predicting here, so basically we are looking at the confidence score. So 0.82, so 0, 0.6, 0, 0.97, 0, 0.2, this is like less than 0.51, less than 0.51. Okay, cool. And now here I only need positive. So these are the negative ones and these are the positives. So we are looking for the positive values. So y props positive. So in this one I wanted the positive values, this one. So is equal to y pred proba of y pred proba of all. I wanted the second column. So one. So it starts with 0 and 1. 1. So if I take the first five values of this one, you can see 0.18, all these values I have got. So for ROC curve, so what we are going to do, so we are going to plot um, we're going to plot ROC curves. So let's do this one. ROC curve compares a model's true positive rate TPR versus a model's false positive rate FPR. So if you remember this one, true TPR versus FPR. Now let's go back to where we are, and we have the predict proba positives. So let's import this one from sklearn dot matrix. Import ROC curve and ROC AUC curve. There is something called ROC curve display, but this is like deprecated, so we don't have to use this one. AUC, sorry, ROC AUC score. Okay, so these ones which we already have seen here, if in case if you go to my first video, we already have all of these over here. So that's the reason I asked you like to remember all of these libraries. Let's come back to here. So false positive rate, true positive rate, and threshold. If you plot this one is equal to ROC curve, so using this one of um, y test, which are the actual values, and let's positive values, y props positive. Okay, if you look at FPR values, it looks like some individual values, TPR values, individual values, threshold values, individuals. So now we, by using the ROC curve, we have got false positive rate and true positive rate, and let's plot a graph to see how well it is being. By looking at these numbers, we can't understand anything, right? So um, so matplot lib inline. So sometimes what happens when you plot the graphs, it will come out a separate window. So to keep it in inline, we will use this inline. Import matplotlib.pyplot as plot. I mean, if you remember, I said like a professional programmer always use functions or the classes. Let's learn like a professionals. Let's plot the ROC curve. So what we need FPR and TPR. I'm passing here PPR. Okay. So if you want to write anything, you can use this one. Plots a curve between FPR and TPR. Okay, it's up to you. So plot. Okay, FPR false positive rate, true positive rate. I would like to color is equal to orange and label is equal to guessing ROC. So plot dot show. So let's have the same here. Let's call the function and pass FPR and TPR values. So these values here. Let's run this one. Okay, so this is how the curve is. So let's also put a line, diagonal line here, like how it is, it has shown here, a random model. So for that, what we can do, plot dot plot 0 comma 1, color is equal to dark blue, label is equal to guessing. Okay, so we have drawn a fancy line over here, which was a random model. So our model, if it is like this and this, it is a perfect model, and this is like zigzag one. So okay, so this is like okay-ish, and let's add some title and all to this one. Plot dot title, ROC curve. Okay, plot dot x label. What is the x label? X label. So what is the first one? FPR, right? False positive rate. And plot dot y label. So what is the second one? True positive rate. Positive rate. Let's also put like legend here. Okay, the legend is coming over here. You can also give something like LOC is equal to one. If you can say like best. So basically, wherever it is the best, it will put it here. By default, it is taking the best, but I wanted this to be here, so it will not disturb the graph. So LOC is equal to 1.02 comma 0. Let it be. So it will come over here and it will stash it here. So this looks so good now, and so this is not the best ROC curve yet. So let's see what is the area under this curve, right? So for that we need from sklearn.metrics. We already imported this one, but ROC AUC. What is that label name? That model name? It's ROC AUC score. So ROC curve area under the curve score. So print ROC AUC score of y test and y props positive. Remember this one. So if you run this one, it's okay. It is 91%. So this is not bad. This is really good. But anything which is like beyond 80, this is really a good score. So this is all about the ROC curves. So um, if someone asks you like, I would like to understand how well the model is performing, you can plot this one and you can show like, hey, this is performing well. There are few values where it is not performing well, so but still it is fine. That's all about the ROC curve, guys. Thank you for watching this video. um, I wish you happy good learning.